Power in Politics, a comprehensive analysis. Power is the fundamental ability to influence or control the behavior of others, even against their will. It is the driving force behind decisions, the architect of policies, and the sculptor of society itself. Understanding the various forms of power is absolutely crucial to understanding the intricate workings of politics. Coercive power is defined by its reliance on force, punishment, or the threat of sanctions to compel obedience. It is perhaps the most direct and often the most brutal form of power. The tools of coercive power include the threat of violence, the imposition of economic hardship, and the use of social ostracization. The Roman Empire provides a stark historical example of coercive power in action. The empire used its legions to conquer vast territories and enforce its will upon diverse populations. Military might served as the ultimate tool of coercion, ensuring compliance through fear and subjugation. In the modern era, North Korea stands as a chilling example of an oppressive regime wielding coercive power. The government employs pervasive surveillance, arbitrary imprisonment, and even execution to silence any opposition. This creates an environment of fear that stifles dissent and maintains control. Persuasive power operates through influence and the art of convincing others to adopt a particular viewpoint or course of action. It relies heavily on effective communication, compelling rhetoric, and the strategic shaping of public opinion. This form of power seeks to win hearts and minds rather than simply forcing compliance. Martin Luther King Jr. masterfully wielded persuasive power to move a nation towards embracing civil rights. His powerful speeches, filled with moral appeals and eloquent arguments, resonated deeply with the American public. He changed hearts and minds, ultimately leading to significant social and political reform. Political campaigns are prime examples of persuasive power in action. Candidates and their teams employ advertising, engage in debates, and seek endorsements to sway voters. The goal is to craft a compelling narrative that resonates with the electorate and secures their support. The media plays a crucial role in shaping narratives and influencing public perception. Through news coverage, opinion pieces, and various forms of entertainment, the media can significantly impact public opinion. This influence makes the media a powerful tool in the hands of those seeking to persuade. Legitimate power is defined by the acceptance of a leader or institution as having the right to rule. It is also commonly referred to as authority. This form of power is based on tradition, established law, or popular consent, granting the holder the right to exercise control. A democratically elected president derives their power from the electorate. The legitimacy of their rule is granted by the people through the electoral process. This popular mandate provides the president with the authority to govern and enact policies. The British monarchy, while having limited political power, still wields significant influence due to historical legitimacy. The monarchy's authority is rooted in centuries of tradition and a deep-seated cultural acceptance. This historical legitimacy continues to shape its role in British society. Laws, constitutions, and established institutions provide the framework for legitimate power. These structures ensure stability and predictability in the exercise of authority. They also provide a mechanism for accountability and prevent the arbitrary use of power. These forms of power are not mutually exclusive. They often overlap and interact in complex ways. A government, for example, uses legitimate power to enact laws. It then employs persuasive power to garner public support for those laws. Finally, it may resort to coercive power to enforce those laws when necessary. Understanding the interplay of these different forms of power is essential for analyzing political events. It allows us to understand the motivations of political actors. It also allows us to evaluate the effectiveness and fairness of political systems. Power, in its various forms, shapes the world around us, from the rise and fall of empires to the functioning of modern democracies.